Just take a look around at, I would guess we would say this is sort of like an infested planet through and through.
Warframe. This game keeps getting updated on and on and on, and here I am making a video on one of its biggest update ever. That looks like a completely different game. I have never seen so much content in a free-to-play game like this, and everything we're seeing here looks and feel like a AAA game. It's insane. Warframe is getting a new giant update that takes players to an infested planet thick with rot and murder. There's also a giant mouth on your ship that has multiple animations to loudly munch and crunch on valuable materials and even entire warframes. Saturday's TennoCon presentation unveiled this massive update to Warframe, which is set to debut across all platforms on Tuesday, August 25th. Its developers are saying this is the best new player experience right here, and I can understand that, as they themselves stated it is like an entire new game. Art of Deimos unlocks the second moon of Mars, Deimos, which hosts a ton of hidden technology and was once a site for research into the void, Warframe's take on the unspeakable cosmic powers. Unfortunately, Deimos has been nearly consumed by the infestation, and the player needs to ensure that the heart of Deimos does not stop beating. Deimos is an open world zone similar to Orvalis and the plains of Edoron from past updates. However, Deimos is smaller and much more dense. The above ground portion will have canyons and peaks to navigate, with giant dragonfly-esque beasts that can work as temporary mounts. There are also procedurally generated caverns that are closer to a standard Warframe mission. There is no standard day or night on Deimos. Instead, two giant worms are battling back and forth for dominance. One worm, a striking orange fellow, signifies that waves of infested will attack. But each day, the blue worm will triumph, and the planet will become a more peaceful place for a time. As some of you may know, Warframe is intimidating for new players. Last year, the developers announced that a new player experience is on the way to make for a better tutorial and introduction to the world of Warframe. The Heart of Deimos will bring this new player experience to live servers, allowing players to go through a much smoother road from the early game into the meat of the story. Beginning by showing off the new open world gameplay of Heart of Deimos, the demo shows off the stunning landscape of the new infested planet, which looks a lot like one of Halo 3's last mission. In addition to adding a huge new world for players to explore, this new update also improved Warframe's story, with heavy new lore drops about the nature of the Tenno and the source of their powers. However, even with some fantastic new characters like Lloyd and Otak, the best new additions look to be the new enemy types and mountable creatures around the world of Deimos. One thing that the familiar level design of Warframe and other similar titles does wonderfully is the way that the world this update takes place in completely integrates with the main enemy faction of the world, the Infested. The major difference between Art of Deimos and the rest of Warframe's relation to the Infested is that thanks to the planet being completely overtaken by the infestation, there are brand new enemies to fight. The Tenno, which are a faction in Warframe, will have access to a new tool thanks to their operator, Necromechs. Necromechs will be available to use in every open world zone, not just Deimos as seen here, and they transform Warframe into a true mech title. The Necromech is much slower than a Warframe though, but it's loaded with heavy weaponry and armor, making it feel like a Battletech tank that players can use and upgrade over time. The developers hint that there is a sinister mystery lying underneath Deimos, hiding from all the factions and the infestation that has overtaken the entire moon. They said they cannot wait for you to experience everything Art of Deimos has to offer. For example, explore a new open world, which is a hauntingly beautiful landscape festering with infested enemies, the dark entity, and sights unseen in ever-changing underground cave networks. Harness the power of the void with the community designed Zaku, the second ever Warframe to be designed by the Tenno, now, which again is a faction, and customize your Warframe like never before with the Element Chrysalis system. Feed the Elmith a Warframe to absorb a signature ability and transfer it to another Warframe. What the developers wanted to do with Art of Deimos was to have a blend of the new and the old. They added, because we're going to do an open world again, we wanted to make sure that we're tightly packing that experience. We wanted to have something for players that will feel like a really tightly packed open world with different traversal options with your key drive, but also focus on the core Warframe experience of procedural content you go through the tunnels underneath. At the same time, there will be new ways to play the game with the element system, so you're going to be mixing and matching Warframe powers, which is new and different. So it's one expansion where we felt it worked well for the stories that we want to tell within the game, focusing on the Andretti family and the Infested, which is the new enemy. This update looks absolutely amazing and I cannot wait to play it on August 25th. Alright guys, if you'd like more gaming news, make sure you like this video and subscribe to stay tuned. Thanks to Pedro Oliveira and Jiggly Boy for being a master member on the channel. You can become a survivor member for 99 cents only. It'll support me and the channel as a whole. Thanks for watching.